Yesterday I had an interesting interview with Jared Coates. Good kid, great athletic trainer. Got to meet him these last couple of years as the athletic trainer at Blackford County. He's got some fun hobbies. He likes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu train, and he also likes to run long distances. He's going to tell us about his Heart of the South run that he had here in June of 25, and I'll let you learn the details from the interview, but good interview. Make sure you watch, subscribe, and support Howie's Tape Athletic Company. Thanks. The next interview here is with Jared Coates.
Yep.
Jared Coates is the athletic trainer at Blackford High School.
Yep.
Okay. How long have you been at Blackford High School?
So I've been at Blackford for 2 years now. Started with OPS 2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. What got you into athletic training?
So I went to Wapahani High School, which is 20 minutes east of Muncie there, and I was a 3-sport athlete there, ran cross country, wrestled, played baseball, and I was actually the guy who didn't want to go see my athletic trainer. I avoided her at all costs. Julie Wilson, who's a Ball State grad.
Oh yeah, I know Julie personally.
I figured you probably were around that time frame that she went to Ball State as well.
Yes.
But then my junior year, I was wrestling. I got to the point where I just couldn't get into a wrestling stance, so I was gonna have to sit out. My coach was like, Jared, if you might as well go see her if you're gonna sit out anyway. It's like, all right, I'll go see her. And then she fixed me immediately. And so when she fixed me, that's when I was like, okay, I got to know how you did this. Like, I was so appreciative of what she did. I was like, how do I?
What was the injury? Can I ask?
It was just low back pain.
Okay.
Just low back pain. It was when I tried to bend down and get in the stance. I couldn't get there. So she did some stuff with my hips, and like I said, I was wrestling pain free. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Why did I wait so long to start coming to see you?
Yeah.
So yeah, Julie got me into it, and Julie was very supportive of me going into the field. And then she set me up with Troy Hirschman actually to be able to go job shadow Troy over the summer at Ball State.
Yep.
And then once I got in with Troy, it was set. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So
that's awesome. And so you went to Ball State. When did you graduate from Ball State?
Yeah, so I graduated from Ball State in 2019.
2019. Was that the undergrad or was that the master's version?
Yeah, so that was still undergrad. So I was one of the last classes to be able to come through with the undergrad before they switched to the master's.
Okay. All right. Then did you go get your master's or did you start working right away?
I did not. I kind of had some ideas. I wanted to kind of go into the baseball world at first. I kind of had some internships fall through. And then Wapahani, actually, where I went to high school, had kind of reached out to me. They didn't have an athletic trainer at the time. Julie had retired. And so I was able to kind of work some stuff out to where I was working at Henry Community Health for a few years. And then was at Wapahani. So I covered Wapahani for 4 years. So it was really cool to be able to go back to the school that I graduated from, provide for them.
Yeah,
and then
good opportunity.
Life situations happen, and I got a really good opportunity to work for OPS and work at Blackford, and I'm super happy to be there. So
cool. That's an awesome story how you got into it, and as a high school kid, and then coming up through with a mentor, and then being able to job shadow, and then going to Ball State, and coming out that route, and then being employable right away.
Yeah.
At the secondary setting, which is an awesome thing. What do you like most about being at a secondary level?
So really for me, like I look back at when I was in high school, I was lucky that I had people in my life that really motivated me, and I could draw inspiration from them. And I just think that's a really impactful time in a kid's life as to what they're going to become.
Okay.
And so to be able to work with high school kids that are in that 15 to 18 year range, like if I can be that guy for some of those kids that can kind of help them, guide them into who they're going to be as a person, I think that's just it's a really good age group that I would like to work with.
It's fun. So, it's a great job that a lot of people, once they kind of downplay secondary school settings, but once they get into it, they really fall in love with it. And
and especially at Blackford, there's a lot of low income there, and a lot of broken families, a lot of kids being raised by their grandparents, and a lot of them just don't have someone in their life that they can really sit down with, talk to. And so I've just been able to connect with a lot of those kids in a way that I feel is very impactful in their lives. And
that's awesome.
Just beyond the injury side of things, I think just being able to be there for those kids is important to me. So.
That's great. What are some of the things that keep you busy outside of the athletic training world?
So outside of athletic training, I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I spend a lot of time with that. And then I also do a lot of endurance running as well. So
yeah, talk to me about that. I saw that on Facebook or on social media that you became quite famous because of that. What was the race that you just completed?
So I just completed a race. It's called the Heart of the South. So if you follow the OPS Instagram page, Kendra did a great job of trying to track me throughout the race and making updates of what I did every day and everything.
Heart of the South.
Yeah, so it's a 350-mile race. And the thing about this race is it changes the course every year, and you don't know the course until you get there. So I drove down to Georgia. I knew the finish line was in Georgia. I got on a bus. And when I got on this bus, I didn't know where the bus was going.
So they took you to the start line.
Yeah, on a bus.
On a bus.
So I was on a bus for like 7 hours.
Oh,
but when I got on the bus, I didn't know where it was going. It could be going south to Florida. It could be going east to South Carolina. It ended up going north up to Illinois. So I ended up starting in Vienna, Illinois at Tunnel Hill State Park.
Vienna, Illinois. Where's that located?
So it's southern Illinois.
Okay.
So it's pretty low, pretty south. So,
Yep.
Tunnel Hill State Park and actually Tunnel Hill has a very like prestigious 100-mile race there, and so it's kind of cool that we got to run part of our race on the 100-mile race course.
Okay. So when they drop you off the bus and they say, "Here's your starting point, Vienna, Illinois," your end point is somewhere in Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's where my car was in Georgia.
Okay, and they say just meet us there, and we'll see you there, and you can go any direction you want.
No,
or is there a certain map? What am I trying to say? A route.
Yeah,
that
so we had
follow.
an assigned route. So when we got off the bus, they sent us a map, and that map, like you can zoom in on it, goes all the way down. And like even if I went off course, let's say I needed to go to a restaurant that's a little bit off course. Even if there's a faster way to get back to the course, I have to go back to where I left the course from. Okay. So you got to do every part of the course. And there's a lot of times it does a little like zigzag around a courthouse or something. So you got to be paying attention to make sure that you went around the courthouse. And all that
do you have a GPS locator on you as you're running?
Yeah. Well, so just like my phone basically. And then I had to check in every like 12 hours. So 7:30 a.m., 7:30 p.m. I had to check in and let everybody know what my mileage was. And so it's kind of a cool thing. Everybody who's following me is kind of tuning in at that 7:30 mark to see like how far did he go? Like what's his check-in mileage going to be? And so
So what was your plan? I mean, what was the how far did you run per day? How long did you run per day?
Yeah. So going into it, I was thinking I can go 45, 50 miles a day. That's what I thought my range was. But what it like turned out to be for me is I wanted to prioritize my recovery. Yes. And so I wanted to be able to stay in a hotel as much as I could. I didn't want to have to sleep on a picnic table or sleep. A lot of people do. A lot of people sleep on picnic tables, next to Dollar Generals, all these different things. So,
in nature.
Yeah, out in nature, on the side of the road. But I was like, if I can get to a hotel, that's better. So they tended to be about 40 miles apart. So I was like, rather than try to go 45, 50 and end up sleeping somewhere random, I'm going to lay up at 40 miles and make sure I'm recovering. And that I think day 8 or 9, that's going to pay off for me because I'm going to be more recovered than
you were able to get in a hotel room, sleep comfortably, shower, ice down,
and that was just huge mentally too, to have a mental reset. I've got this hotel that I've picked out that's 40 miles away. I just got to get there, and then I can shut my brain off for a few hours, and 5 hours later, 6 hours later, whatever it may be, I'm going to get back up and do it again. But just to have that mental reset of I can end my day here, and then I'll start over in the morning.
Okay, so what did you say, 350 miles?
350 miles, yeah.
How long did it take you?
It took me just over 9 days. So 9 days and 5 hours, something like that.
9 days, 5 hours. 350 miles, about 40 miles a day, you
said?
Yeah,
it was about 40. I had like one day in there where just logistically the way that the hotels were lined up, I ended up having to stop at mile 24 because it's like if I went past, it was going to put me out in the middle of nowhere, and then it was 40 miles from that hotel to the next one, so I was going to end up in nowhere again the next day, and then nowhere again the next day. So I was like, if I lay up here, I get up early, I can still cover some miles, and then I'll just that'll put me in a better position for the next 4 days. And so,
how many people competed in this race?
So there was 109 in the race.
109.
I believe about 50 dropped out. So it was somewhere around 60 people ended up finishing the race, and then I was 30th place.
You finished 30th place.
Yeah, 30th
out of
place.
109.
Out of 109.
350 miles.
350 miles. Yeah.
Okay, what did that do to your body during those 9 days?
Honestly, so like my legs felt pretty good. Like I was overall just kind of systemically tired. Like just my body was tired, but my feet. That was the worst part. So like the first 3 days of the race, it stormed on us almost the whole time. So my feet were just constantly wet, and I was just, by the end of the third day, I was just tired of being wet. Like I got back to the hotel and I needed to take a shower. And I'm like, gosh, I got to be wet again. Like I've been wet all day. But yeah, so like that was the worst part. Was then my feet, like the pads of my feet, were completely destroyed. My toenails started to fall off, and it was it was pretty like that. Day 3 was really the worst part because like. You're in all this pain. You finally made it to your hotel room. You're tired. You're beat, and then you got to realize, like, I got to do this again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and like in a week from now, I might be done. So like that was like the mentally like hard part of it was just to think of the entire race. And so,
how much did you prep and plan beforehand, training wise? Did you do?
I trained quite a bit. I've done a lot of like endurance races before, not one like this, but like I did the Leadville 100 last year, and I've done Ironman races before. So I kind of knew what I wanted to do training-wise. So I signed up for a marathon at the end of April. And I knew that if I could run that marathon at a pretty good pace, like that's going to put me in a good spot to where I can just kind of hike and do a lot of like long distance walking through May. And then like at that point, I mean, you can't really train for 350 miles. So I just wanted to get in as good a running shape as I could, make sure I did a lot of hiking, and then basically just taper through June the race started on June 12th. So I had a couple weeks there in June where I could just kind of take it easy and make my body feel good.
Okay, June 12th to June 21st or whatever it was.
Yeah, about right there.
So, yeah. Did you lose any weight?
I did. So I started the race at 184 pounds, and I actually felt like I was eating a lot in this race. I felt like I was eating any chance I got, trying to get calories.
A ton of calories.
Yeah, but I ended up 169 when I got done with the race, and so I lost 15 pounds. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's an awesome experience.
Yeah, it was really cool, and just the people that you meet in a race like that too. Of like, it's very rare that you meet other people that are clicking to sign up on a 350-mile race, and so getting to hear their stories and where they came from, and then just the generosity of people in little towns who would always run up and, hey, like, I heard what you guys are doing. Here's a bottle of water. Or here's some food. Like, whatever they can do to help. So it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
Ooh, I don't know if I'd do that one again.
Well, you've chucked that one off the list, and now what's the next biggest thing?
I've always been a very, like, check it off the list, and if I'm going to try to, like, push my limits, push it in a different way, but I know a lot of people in this race, they'd all done it multiple times, and the cool thing is, like, every year it's a different course, so I wouldn't know where it's starting next year, and so you're experiencing a completely different thing. But I just don't know. 10 days is a long time to be out there. So I kind of there's some other races I kind of have on my mind. A couple other maybe 100-milers. There's like you got the Moab 240. A couple other things. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I got to let my body heal first. So I may just try to run some marathons and just I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. So.
Cool. Well, great experience.
Yep. For sure.
What do you have next planned up for your summer here?
Oh, really? It's just kind of taking it easy and trying to get ready for the school to start. I've been going to jiu-jitsu a lot more now. So since I was training for that race, I didn't really get to like compete in jiu-jitsu much. So I've been going just about every day while I can because once the school season starts, like my evenings are pretty taken, so it's hard to make it to jiu-jitsu class and stuff. So I've been doing that. But other than that, just
I heard a rumor that you have a 5K though.
I do have a 5K.
What's that all about?
So the 5K is called the Brew and Blitz 5K. This is my second year of it.
Blackford.
At Blackford High School. All the proceeds go to my athletic training program, so being able to buy new rehabilitation tools, things for the athletic training room, supplies, just things that are going to go towards being able to help the student athletes. So that's July 19th, this Saturday. Right. You are running it. You are signed up.
I'm going to sign up for it with a bunch of us athletic trainers here at OPS.
We got 5 OPS athletic trainers who decided to come down and run it, so I'm super excited that they're going to be down there.
Yeah, I think I'll start with 3.1 instead of 350.
Hey, 3.1's hard too, man. It's all the pace. So.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, and I wish you all the luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a great season.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hopefully you enjoyed this talk with Jared Coates from Blackford High School and OPS, and maybe cheer him on if he signs up again for another endurance race. So you can follow on his socials, and I'll list those as well.
Yep. Sign up for the Broom Blitz.
Broom Blitz. There you go. Thanks.
Thanks.